JBN, we keep you informed. St. Elizabeth farmer killed with his own machete. A manhunt has been launched by the St. Elizabeth police for a man who reportedly chopped a farmer to death in Aberdeen in the parish late last week with the farmer's own machete. The deceased has been identified as 51-year-old Owen Anderson of Aberdeen. Reports are that on Thursday at about 8:30 p.m., Anderson and another man were engaged in a discussion in the community when the no suspect joined them. During the discussion, the no suspect reportedly became upset and took the farmer's machete, which he used to inflict a wound to the farmer's upper body. The attacker then fled the scene. Anderson was later pronounced dead at hospital. The police are probing the incident. Health Ministry issues Saharan dust caution. The Ministry of Health has advised the public to take precaution against the effects of the Saharan dust, which began affecting the island today and is expected to last through Thursday. The ministry noted that excess exposure to the dust particles can have severe health effects, including increased risk of respiratory and related illnesses such as asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, and respiratory infections and allergies. It added that skin and eye irritation can also be experienced and noted increased risk of waterborne illnesses. The ministry said members of the public, and especially individuals who are already experiencing or are prone to respiratory illnesses, should exercise great care by observing the following precautions: staying indoors as much as possible, wearing face masks, wearing long-sleeve clothing and protecting the eyes, washing hands regularly and avoiding touching the eyes, ensuring that water that is harvested is treated, and covering water used for domestic purposes, including drinking and food preparation. The ministry further urged members of the public to call 888-1-LOVE for further information. Man killed during birthday party. An event of celebration turned into one of mourning after gunmen opened fire at a birthday party, killing a man and injuring two other family members in Trenchtown last Saturday. Dead is 22-year-old Ryan McFarlane. A woman and a 12-year-old were also injured. Reports from the Denham Town Police are that about 8:05 p.m., McFarlane was among a group of people on 5th Street when three men walked towards the crowd and opened gunfire. McFarlane and the injured were taken to hospital where McFarlane died while undergoing treatment, and the others treated and released. At early hours, so my auntie did have a little birthday party in her yard, and me just see a man walking and just start fire beer shot. When me look at me little family, me see a hole in belly. A little boy get shot in him hand, and his mother get grazed on her foot, an eyewitness said. The resident said Saturday night's shooting was quite unexpected, especially since a meeting was recently held with men from sections of the community called Brooklyn and the Saks. As police combed the area for clues, tempers flared as women allegedly from both areas threw bottles at each other. As the police tried to quell the situation by standing between both groups, the angry females turned their frustration into a cursing match and threw a string of derogatory remarks towards each other. Denham Town Primary to be renamed in Seaga's honor. Denham Town Primary will be renamed the Edward Seaga Primary and Infant School in August. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie made the announcement yesterday during a special church service at the Pentecostal City Mission Church in Kingston to celebrate the memories and achievements of Seaga, a former Prime Minister and decades-long leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP. Seaga, who represented Kingston Western for more than 4 decades, from 1962 to 2005, died last year on May 28, his birthday. He was 89. McKenzie, the current Member of Parliament for Kingston Western, praised the late parliamentarian for his commitment to education, adding that he had taken up the mantle of giving away millions of dollars in scholarships to students from the constituency. Following Seaga's death last year, a scholarship fund was launched for students from the constituency. This scholarship covers the 4-year university financial obligations of students. Over the next 3 years, the fund is projected to spend $10 million in the aid of 6 students selected to attend universities locally and overseas. McKenzie, himself a protege of Seaga's, made mention of Jael Nelson, a young woman from the constituency with ambitions of becoming a neurosurgeon who has been accepted to Long Island University in New York. Her course of study will be fully funded. She had been trying on her own to find the balance to fulfill her dream. I am proud to announce that the Edward Seaga Scholarship will provide the US $27,000 to ensure that her dream becomes a reality, he said. He continued, "It is only left for us to continue the brave work of perhaps the greatest political leader, and one of his most outstanding achievements in West Kingston was in the field of education. Mr. Seaga spent an enormous amount of time ensuring that education became the vehicle that our young people would use to take themselves out of poverty." The service was attended by JLP Chairman Robert Montague, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange, also a Seaga protege, and Matthew Samuda, State Minister in the Ministry of National Security. The sermon was delivered by the Reverend Astor Carlisle. Bonnie Whaler offers $1 million Jamaican reward for info on wife. A reward of Jamaican $1 million is now on the table for anyone who has information that can lead to the whereabouts of Jean, Sister Jean Watt, the wife of reggae legend Bonnie Whaler. Watt, 70, who is dreadlocked and about 5 feet 3 inches tall, went missing from her home in Washington Gardens 1 month ago. And despite several sightings in areas of St. Catherine and Portland, she has still not been found. We increased the reward from $250,000 to $1 million, and we have also hired a private investigator, Bonnie Whaler's son Abijah said. Maxine Stowe, Bonnie Whaler's manager, explained that the $250,000 reward had brought in several tips, but no success. In the weeks following Watt's disappearance, there were reports that she had been seen in St. Catherine and Portland, specifically Port Antonio and Buff Bay. We are following up every sighting. Flyers have been printed, and checking in with the police stations and the various hospitals is a daily routine. At least 3 cars are driving around every day, Stowe outlined. She disclosed that the person at the Duane Park police station, where the initial report was made, are very active in following up any substantive leads, and that many grassroots communities are very involved because of the publicity that is being given to finding Bonnie Whaler's partner of 50 years. White Horses in St. Thomas, where Watt's mother lived, Spanish Town, Portmore and Trenchtown are also being targeted in the search. A surveillance tape that shows Watt leaving home on Saturday, May 23, has revealed that she was wearing a brown dress with a black stocking cap on her head. Sister Jean was walking very briskly, almost like a little run at times, and she also had her usually big bag with her, Stowe said. She added that the family is keeping a watchful eye on Bonnie Whaler, whose health is also of paramount concern following a mild stroke 2 years ago. Jabi continues to be medically sequestered, so although he's very worried, the medication he is receiving ensures that the added stress is not taking a toll on his body. Of course, the fact that Sister Jean has dementia is our greatest worry, because she no longer has that ability to recall all she needs to in order to find her own way back home, Stowe said. The family, she stated, remains hopeful and is anticipating a breakthrough soon. Fare increase ultimatum unresponsible, says Transport Authority. The Transport Authority says the fare increase request made by Edgerton Newman, president of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services, is uncaring, unreasonable, and untimely as Jamaicans grapple with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Newman recently issued an ultimatum on the government declaring that operators would withdraw their service if the increase was not granted. In a statement this morning, the authority, while acknowledging the need to consider the plight of the public passenger vehicle operators, maintained that given the economic challenges experienced since the last fare adjustment, Jamaicans cannot bear the cost of a fare increase at this time, especially given the effects of the COVID-19 virus on earnings and income. Additionally, the authority indicated that Newman appears to have misrepresented the sector in its recent pronouncements, as the majority of route taxis associations are against his approach. This, the authority said, follows a series of meetings on Thursday, June 18, with 24 of the 29 rural route taxi associations, which represent the over 20,000 licensed route taxi operators island-wide. According to the Transport Authority, the associations were adamant at the meeting that their members would not be striking for a fare increase. The consensus was that while the associations and their members have been adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and would be appreciative of a fare increase, they felt it unreasonable to make a fare increase demand during these difficult and trying times for the nation, the authority said. It added that it is appealing to operators of public passenger vehicles to let good sense prevail and continue the dialogue to improve the fare package and development of the sector. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.